I'm Dhriti Yatri, you're watching TimesXP and welcome to the top US news today. In a serious crackdown on immigration fraud, two Pakistani men living in Texas have been arrested for running what US authorities are calling one of the largest visa scams in recent years. Abdul Hadi Murshid, aged 29 years, and Mohammad Salman Nasser, aged 25 years, are accused of creating a fake system that helped foreign nationals enter and stay in the US illegally by misusing visa programs designed to bring in skilled workers. Let me tell you, this wasn't any small operation. It was a highly organized racket that went on for years. According to the US investigators, Murshid and Nasir ran this particular scheme by filling hundreds of fake applications for visas like H-1B, EB-2, and EB-3. These visa categories are usually meant to allow skilled, talented workers from around the globe to come and work legally in America. But the catch here was that the job offers being used to apply for these visas didn't exist at all. The businesses hiring these workers were either fake or not actually offering any real job. To pull this off, the duo placed fake classified ads for job openings in newspapers or job sites just to make it look like an American company that was genuinely looking to hire foreign workers. Well, this is a requirement under the US labor law before a foreign worker can be hired. They also managed to get fraudulent labor certificates approved by the Department of Labor. These documents are key in applying for work-based visas, and by faking them, they tricked the immigration system. Even more shockingly, they went as far as creating fake payroll transactions. So this means that they made it look like these people were being paid salaries to make it seem like they were working, even when there were no jobs that existed. The FBI said that the foreign nationals paid large amount of money to be part of this particular scam. Some of that particular money was even paid back to them as fake salaries to make it look like real on paper. The companies involved in this particular fraud, including Reliable Ventures, Inc., and a law firm named the Law Offices of D. Robert Jones. Well, these companies allegedly helped process and file all the fake documents. On May 23rd, both men were formally charged by the federal grand jury in Texas. The charges included visa fraud, conspiracy to defraud the US government, money laundering, and even RICO conspiracy, a serious charge normally used against criminal organizations. And on the top of that, Murshid is also accused of trying to get a US citizenship through false means. Authorities have said that this wasn't just a case of cheating the system. It was a full-blown criminal business built on fake documents, lies, and hope of people who wanted to live and work in the US. Now, if convicted, then both these men would face prison time up to 20 years. And also, in Murshid's case, he could also lose his US citizenship if proven guilty. Officials, including the FBI and the US Attorney's Office, have warned that programs like H-1B visa exist to bring skilled workers into the country legally, not to be misused for personal profit. Many Indian parents living in the United States on temporary visas are now facing a very stressful and uncertain situation. Well, the issue is about whether their soon-to-be-born children will get US citizenship or not. Well, this uncertainty began after US President Donald Trump signed an executive order that questions the long-standing rule of birthright citizenship, a law that allows any baby born in the US automatically becomes an American citizen. Right now, this matter is waiting for a final decision in the US Supreme Court. Until then, Indian families expecting babies are left in a state of confusion and anxiety. Many are rushing to immigration lawyer to understand what their rights are and what could actually happen after their babies are born. Some are even thinking of moving to the US states that don't currently follow the new Trump order in hopes of protecting their child's future. According to immigration experts, this particular rule could affect about 150,000 newborns every single year, including many from India. The worry is specifically strong among Indian parents on H-1B, H-4, F-1 student visas, and OPT status who have been living legally in the US for years. Now, these families expected that their children if they are born in the US, could automatically become a US citizen under the 14th Amendment, just like it's always have been. But now that might not happen. This issue is tied to what some call birth tourism. That's when foreign nationals, specifically from countries like Russia, China, Nigeria, travel to the US while pregnant just to give birth. Their goal is to secure American citizenship for their children. Recently, more and more Indian parents have also followed this particular path, specifically when the green card wait time for Indians can stretch up to 10 or 15 years. Lawyers are saying that this change could be very unfair. As one attorney explained, that it's shocking that parents who have lived legally in the US for decades might have a child born here who doesn't get citizenship. That kind of situation just doesn't exist before, and it's creating a lot of fear. So the question is, which country the child will be from? The child is born in the United States, but the US is not ready to give them birthright citizenship. The child is born in US, so he cannot be a citizen of another country. Well, the Supreme Court hearing that began in May didn't directly decide whether Trump's order is legal or not. Instead, they focused on whether one court can block the law for the entire country or not. Well, a more technical detail. That means the bigger question about citizenship is still up in the air, and families will have to wait longer for answers. Because of all this uncertainty, many Indian families are now looking at other immigration options that feels more secure. This includes faster visa category like EB5 investor visa, but that requires a lot of money, EB1 for highly skilled professionals, or the national interest waiver. Lawyers say that they are seeing a big jump in interest of these programs, specifically from the families that are expecting children. To make things even tougher, immigration officers at the US embassies are reportedly denying visas to pregnant women if they believe that the woman wants to give birth in the US just to get US citizenship for their child. Now, this is making it even harder for the families to plan. The H-1B visa is one of the most popular work visas in the United States, specifically among Indians who are seeking job opportunities abroad. Now, this visa is designed for people who want to work in America in what is called specialty occupation. But what exactly does that mean? Simply put, a specialty occupation is a job that needs specific skills, education, or knowledge. Usually, this means the job requires at least a bachelor's degree or higher, and the work involved specialized expertise. American companies use the H-1B visa to hire skilled foreign workers in these specialty roles. When a company wants to bring someone from another country on an H-1B visa, it has to prove that the job fits the criteria of specialty occupation. This involves submitting detailed information about the job and the candidate's educational background to the US Citizenship and Immigration Services. USCIS then reviews everything to decide if the position qualifies for the H-1B visa or not. Well, here many kinds of jobs can qualify as specialty occupations. Common examples include IT professions like software engineers and computer scientists, healthcare workers such as nurses and doctors, university professors, engineers and scientists. Well, the list also covers roles in finance like accountants and analysts, legal advisors and lawyers, architects, journalists and marketing professionals. While these are typical jobs eligible for the H-1B visas, other jobs might also qualify if they meet the specialty occupation requirement. The H-1B visas play a crucial role in helping the US attract global talent in fields that need advanced skills and education. It also allows companies to fill important roles with qualified workers from around the globe, benefiting both the workers and the US economy. However, the process is competitive and applicants must clearly meet the criteria to be approved. The United States immigration system is designed to allow skilled workers from around the globe to come and contribute to country's economy legally. Unfortunately, there are some people who try to cheat the system for their own gain. Recently, 2 Pakistani men living in Texas were arrested for running a large visa fraud scheme that lasted for several years. This scam involved placing fake job advertisement to trick the immigration system and help foreign workers get visas and green cards illegally. Kash Patel, a high-ranking official connected with the FBI, announced that Abdul Hadi Murshid, age 29, and Mohammad Salman Nasir, age 35, were charged with running this illegal operation. They used fake job ads to meet requirements from the US Department of Labor, which is needed to prove that real jobs exist for the visa applicants. However, the jobs were fake and they never actually existed. The two men worked with a law firm named D. Robert Jones and a company called Reliable Ventures, using these organizations to file hundreds of fraudulent visa petitions under the popular program like EB2, EB3 and H1B. Now you know what? To make the scheme look really real, the men collected money from people seeking visas and then paid off that same money back to them as fake salaries. This fake payroll was meant to convince immigration authorities that these workers were genuinely employed in the United States. The goal was to help visa applicants not only get work permits, but also apply for legal permanent residency or green card. The FBI officials called this an international crime, explaining that it was part of a larger, long-running criminal network that worked across border to bypass US immigration law. These laws exist to protect national security and ensure that immigration happens fairly and legally. The FBI and its partners, including the Department of Homeland Security, US Citizenship and Immigration Services, and the Department of Labor, work together to investigate and stop this fraud. Well, this case highlights how some people try to exploit the system. But it also shows the strong effort by the law enforcement to find and punish those who break immigration laws. Walmart, one of the biggest retail companies in the world, has been in the news recently for cutting 1,500 jobs. These job cuts have made many people really angry and confused, specifically because they were announced by Suresh Kumar, the Indian origin Chief Technology Officer and Chief Development Officer of Walmart. Many online users are blaming him for the decision, and it has also started a big conversation about the H1B visa program in the US. Suresh Kumar was born in Bangalore, India, and he grew up over there only before moving to the US for his studies and career. He has a bachelor's degree from IIT Madras and PhD in engineering from Princeton University. Over the past 25 years, he has worked at some of the biggest tech companies in the world, like Google, Microsoft, and Amazon. And now at Walmart, he is in charge of leading the company's technology and development strategies. Now, his job is to use technology to make shopping better for the customers and to make Walmart's operation more efficient. Recently, Walmart decided to lay off 1,500 employees, specifically in departments like technology, online shopping, and advertising. The company said that this is part of their new strategy to save money, focus more on artificial intelligence, and make the company run more smoothly. Suresh Kumar and Walmart's US CEO, John Furner, shared this particular news with employees through a memo. However, soon after the news came out, many people online started criticizing Suresh Kumar. Some said that it's kind of unfair that American workers are losing their jobs while companies are still bringing in workers from other countries using H1B visa program. The H1B visa allows skilled workers from other countries, specifically India, to work in the US for jobs that require technical expertise. Some people pointed out that while layoffs are happening, many H1B visas are still being approved. One user even said that 40% of Walmart's tech team is from India. Well, the database grew stronger when the people found out that Suresh Kumar earned about $15 million. They blamed him for cutting jobs while earning so much himself. Many Americans are still worried that companies are choosing cheaper foreign workers instead of keeping the US-based employees. On the other hand, companies like Walmart argue that they are doing what is needed to stay competitive and adapt to new technologies like AI. Walmart, which has over 1.6 million workers in the US and 2.1 million worldwide, says that the layoffs are meant to reduce cost and improve decision-making inside the company. Still, the situation has raised many questions about the future of tech jobs in the US, the role of foreign workers, and whether companies are putting profits over people or not. Well, this decision has not only put a spotlight on Walmart's business decision, but also on larger issues like job security, immigration, and the use of foreign talent. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to TimesXP for more such updates.